Well, the acting head of the United Nations mission to Afghanistan is urging a reversal of an earlier decision to stop female NGO staff from working in a meeting with the Taliban. Well, this comes after at least 4 major foreign aid groups suspended their work in Afghanistan following this order. The Taliban cited the failure by women to observe Islamic dress rules and other laws and regulations as reasons for its decision. It also threatened to cancel the license of any organization that fails to comply with this ban. The United Nations has slammed the move as a violation of fundamental rights. Governments and organizations are warning of the impact on humanitarian services in a country where millions rely on foreign aid. The latest Taliban order on NGOs comes just days after it suspended university education for all female students in Afghanistan. From on this, Reshma Azmi, Deputy Country Director of CARE International Afghanistan, joins us live from Kabul. Ms. Reshma, as we just mentioned, at least 4 top NGOs, and that includes your organization, have already suspended services pending further clarity on this order from the Taliban government. Now, there's several areas in which we are not seeing clear instructions. Where are we looking for clarity?
Right. So, well, it's just one day that has passed, and we all humanitarian actors, along with United Nations, are holding a lot of meetings with the authorities in different ministries and trying to get clarity on the decree and its implications, because it has huge implications when it comes to humanitarian aid delivery services in the community. So it's still early to say, but we are trying to do our best efforts, trying to externally, internally discuss with relevant stakeholders and getting the clarity on its impact and how far it will go. It is still with the provinces, who is also trying to understand the implications at different levels, which is going to make a bigger impact on the humanitarian services that we are providing to the community at the moment.
All right. I take it negotiations are ongoing right now to try to reverse this ban. United Nations taking a big part in this. Now, one possibility, the United Nations has signaled that it might stop aid delivery in Afghanistan if authorities do not reverse this edict on women workers. I suppose that is some form of threat. Do these things work when negotiating on matters like this with the Taliban?
For us, we are trying to negotiate as much as possible. For us, it would be very difficult without women aid workers going into the community, and especially in a country like Afghanistan, where social norms makes it even more difficult for us, where a male member can go to a female who is not related to him and talking about anything. So for us, we are trying to negotiate as much as possible. And for us, we are trying to make a point that without women aid workers, we will not be able to reach out to millions of women and girls, Afghans in the country.
So what you are saying is that cultural norms and regulations in Afghanistan make it very difficult for, say, male workers to have direct contact with female beneficiaries who need that aid. So you do actually need women on the ground, more in Afghanistan than perhaps in some other parts of the world. Of course, Afghanistan's economy tailspins for quite a long time, and certainly since August of last year. We're looking at 24 to 28 million depending directly on humanitarian aid. So if this edict holds, what are we looking at in 2023 for the people of Afghanistan?
Yes, it's going to be very difficult. UN has already estimated almost 28 million people who will be in need of humanitarian assistance in 2023, and it's going to be a worse situation. Without women aid workers, we will not be able to reach out to half of this population. For CARE, in just this year, in 2022, we reached out to 500,000 women and girls with the help of women aid workers. Afghanistan is already in the middle of enormous economic crisis. And if we talk about CARE, we have 38% of the female staff now out of 900 total staff who are working for humanitarian on humanitarian projects. it's going to be very difficult. All of our female colleagues are the breadwinners for their families, and for them it is going to be a catastrophic situation if they will lose their jobs or if they have to sit at homes. So it's going to be a very difficult situation in 2023 without women aid workers.
A final question then, Ms. Reshma. Should this decision by the Taliban hold, is there any way around it, or any way to, I suppose, minimize the impact of that for organizations like yours?
It's too early to have a decision right now, which is going to be very clear. But like I said, we are going to push back this decision. We are collectively making efforts to speak with authorities and different stakeholders.
Thanks so much for speaking to us, Ms. Reshma Azmi from CARE International. That's a top aid group in Afghanistan, speaking to us live there from Kabul.